The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
The very first form of the mass media was newspapers. With the newspapers, they also got people to purchase propaganda, to pay for the propaganda. But eventually, when the human attention span began to shorten and people started to read a lot less and technology progressed, it moved on to radio, it moved on to television, it moved on to these news outlets, and that's where people would go to get their information from the news. The average person that listens to the news never even questions the motive, never questions the things that they hear. Most of them just react without thinking about it. To them, the news consists of all factual information, and to them, it's the newscasters speaking their minds, and they don't think it's scripted or rehearsed at all. But wise, intelligent people would tell you that that couldn't be further from the truth. These news stations, they're all connected, all ran by the same shadow group. They are owned by the same people and just hidden through shell corporations. These news outlets are sent scripts, and here's an example of that.
News produces.
But we are concerned about the trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common.
See, you have to understand that there are no laws against the news lying to you. This has been proven with that little laptop debacle and the countless other occasions that you can't mention on here anymore. But the fact is that the facts of what you received from the news dramatically changes based on which channel or broadcast that is. To break it down to the simplest form, the news is controlled by the elite, who also control the government, which means they control the left and the right political spectrums. They use the media outlets to push both sides of the narrative, which divides people on facts and divides them on politics. It creates that team mentality. You're either left or right, Browns or the Steelers. What people fail to realize is that these folks are working together and acting like they're not while they're in the public eye. Let this serve as the warning. The news is carrying out MK Ultra on a mass level with the news. They're doing the UFO disclosure with the news. They do everything with the news, and the news dictates what you focus on. You see how they've shown the Johnny Depp trial and all that, at the same time some important stuff was going on. This is to push an agenda. That's why they call it TV programming. It's to program your mind with what they want your mind to be programmed with. Thank you for watching.